What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a 2012 Ram 2500 Cummins 4-wheel drive. What we're going to be doing is upper and lower ball joints and a wheel bearing on this right here. I've already done the driver's side. We're going to be doing the passenger side now. This is my own personal truck, so I'm going to show y'all how we do it. Torque specs are crazy on this thing, just so y'all know, so be prepared to put some oomph into your shoulders and arms, because axle nut is like 365 foot-pounds. The calipers on these are super tight. The adapter brackets are 275 foot-pounds, so it's a lot of torque into a lot of this stuff. It is the heavy-duty version. It has 6.7 in it. The 68 RFE transmission has been upgraded. It's got a Suncoast transmission in it. A lot of stuff's been done to it. Bigger turbo, bigger exhaust, different stuff like that. Grid heater upgrade, all that, just because of the grid heater problems that this gives with the nut can fall down into cylinder 6, but that's different stories, different day. But we're going to be doing wheel bearing and ball joints, and I went with Kryptonite Ball Joints. Heard good things about these. I know they make a lot of Chevy Duramax stuff. I went with uppers and lowers because they weren't much more expensive than just like stock ones at any parts store. So we're gonna give these a try. There's a lot of play in this one. When I bought the truck, it had them done, but they put cheap ones in there. That's your upper right here. Other one was lower, and I'm putting what brand wheel bearing is it? And it's even got the steps. This ain't my wheel bearing. My wheel bearing's on the other side. Let me find it. I'll show you which one we're going to use whenever we get ready to put it in. But it has a lot of crazy torque on these. So let me take the wheel off real quick, and then we'll get to going on how to tear this apart. Before I take the tire off, I'm going to show you how much play is in this tire. And remember, these are new ball joints that are less than like 6 months old. Yeah, you can definitely see how much play is in there. So like I said, I want to get some really good ones, and I've seen good reviews on the Kryptonites. So I just want to show you all that before I pull the tire off. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start by taking the tie rod end piece off. 21. And I'm going to put the nut back on here. And then I'm going to get a hammer and hit right here. And we're going to pop it loose. Okay. Take that loose. Let that set down. And now we can move this around as we need to. Now, instead of taking the caliper off, then the bracket, we're just going to take the whole bracket assembly off and caliper all in one piece. Just gonna make things easier. My brakes are pretty new, so don't have to worry about those. 24 millimeter is what is needed to take it off over here. I'll show it to y'all. That's it right here. That's 24 millimeter, and like I said, those torque to 275. So they are super tight. I'm going to use my impact to take that off, but first we're going to take off the wheel speed sensor wire. Take it off all the way up because the new wheel bearing comes with one. I'll get the connector off in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and get this off. Let me grab my socket. Like I said, I'm going to use my impact. This out of the way. It's just one, and then the bottom. Now this is heavy, so be careful. So what I did, I set it up against my radius arms, control arms, link bars, whatever you want to call them. And we just got it sitting up there, holding it for us. And then we can split this rotor off. It does look like a newer wheel hub. I just thought I had, looked like I had a lot of play in my universal joints on my axle, but it's just me moving it, but it don't have a lot of play in it actually. Let me get a rag. Now that we're at this point, we're going to take this nut off. That is a 43 millimeter. And my snap-on guy's here, so let me go talk to him real quick. So, where were we? Oh, that's where we were. Cut this, I'm going to put a new one on anyway. I was just being lazy, didn't want to go get the right tool. 43 millimeter. That is your nut. You'll have a washer behind it. Keep them together. We're going to see if it'll move in. Not a lot, but alright. Moved a little bit. Now, behind here, you can get your socket and an extension down in here to get these bolts out for the hub assembly. And again, these are really tight. They're 18s, I believe. Yes. Use my impact. That one don't want to come off, so we're going to use the big boy and see if he can get it off. Yep. That one's got a little bit more power than the little one. Do the same thing to this side. Now, just for gets and shiggles, I'm going to just take the wheel speed sensor off just for right now. I know I'm replacing it, but it'll make it easier. And this will just about fall off. Just be warned, though. This wheel hub assembly is heavy as freak nasty. And that is a precision one, same as what I got, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it just because I already got one, and why not? Now we're going to pull this axle out. Pull this axle out. The problem, you're going to stick it behind the lip and just pry it. Make sure it's centered first. This is the long axle. This is the passenger side. Now, as you can see, we can get inside of here, torque it down, take it off a lot easier than if you would have tried to do it with a wrench and all that stuff. Up on top, I know you can't see it, but there's a little clip. Holds your full speed sensor wire. And look how much plays in it. And these things are not old at all. That's what's bad about that. And the ones on the driver's side were a pain in the butt to get out. Especially that bottom one. It did not want to move. What size are they? I forgot now. Got too busy running my mouth. So, the bottom one is a 30 millimeter. See if I can do anything. Oh yeah. Now we're going to thread that back on a few threads, because when we knock this loose, it's going to fall down and that'll catch it. This isn't light either. I mean, it probably weighs 20 pounds, and you just don't want any of this to fall on the ground and smash a finger, smash a toe. That really just sat down. That was odd. I think that's a 24. Oh God, yeah, that's tight. All right. 24 millimeter nut on the top. So the top is spinning, and you'll have to put an Allen wrench up in here. Let me turn y'all a little bit. I think it is an 8. At least the other one was. So I'm just going to thread this off. I'm not going to bore y'all with taking it off because I'm having to use a wrench. But let the Allen wrench sit up against the knuckle, and then you can just use this. If you have a 24 millimeter ratchet wrench, good for you. It'd make things a whole lot quicker. So I'm going to take this off. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, get the nut off on the top. The bottom one, and it slid right off. Most of the times you have to hit this to get it to break loose. This one we did not. Sorry about the sneeze. Alright, now we got all that out. Here comes the fun stuff. Pressing these out. I have a little propane map gas torch. I'm going to heat up the knuckle around through here. It does help out a lot because it breaks all this stuff loose. And you're going to need a pair of snap ring pliers as well. Snap ring pliers is for the bottom. The other side kind of flew off on me. That one is bad. The other one flew off about 20 feet away. This one just landed right beside me. So, like I said, on this bottom one, we are going to, and I cut my glove, we are going to heat this up around through here, and then we will press it. It goes from the top down. That's how you press this one out, and then the top one presses from the bottom up. Just so everybody knows that. So we're going to heat this up for a little bit, and then I guess just kind of go from there.